Hello and welcome to Fans Glam's new video. When you do things that are up to what you think is considered a decent job, do you expect a person to tell you you didn't do good enough? Because it's really heartbreaking. You try your best, and then you still are considered to be not enough. You do everything possible you can to keep it out of the way, keep your stuff as clean as you possibly can within the time period you have and the energy you have. And it's still seen as, you didn't do this, it's not enough. You dirty your dishes every day after you make a meal. And you also clean them every day. But do you wash the dishes every single day, guaranteed, no matter what? Even if you had a hard day at work, even if you had other things to do, even if you studied for hours and still have assignments due. Do you have the 100% energy every single day? Because I don't. I try my best. And then I get told it's not good enough. And no matter how much harder I try, it's still not enough. I cannot take care of everyone and myself at the same time. That's why I actively choose to not have other responsibilities. I keep my priorities as getting the best grades I possibly can, which is an A. At least doing some of my dishes each day, even if it's not all of them, I still try to do at least one or a few. But no matter what, I always have to stop working after a certain point because otherwise I won't sleep enough. And then making up arbitrary rules that they never said before doesn't make sense to me. Because why can I not do my laundry after 6 p.m. if you've played music from 12 to 3 a.m. before? On a day I had to wake up early. It seems like double standards. And I don't agree with double standards, so I will tell people they're double standards, and they don't like that. Like, I'm genuinely trying my best to be in a peaceful environment and do as much as I can to maintain the health of myself and of my stuff. I try to be as clean as I possibly can. I dust all of my Legos. I sweep my floor every time I notice that the floor feels weird. Sure, I don't mop, but I don't always have time to if I'm spending hours studying. I would not have the grades I do if I did not focus on doing so much more. Who wants to work 24 hours a day? Nobody, right? You need at least 8 of those to sleep, at least an hour to do self-care, like wash your face, go to the bathroom, shower. And then those are all under that hour period. That's usually spread throughout the day, though. And no, I do not want to take care of my disabled uncle. Oh dear, why is it my fault that he cannot take care of himself? He can take himself to a store. He has before. There are stores within distance that his bike can get him to. Sure, they're not big box stores, but not everyone has 2 hours for him to walk back and forth down one store. I don't have 2 spare hours. I hardly have 1 for myself, and I don't even use it on myself. I use it on doing schoolwork or cleaning. They only see what doesn't get done, not what has been done. It's annoying. Because I do things. Maybe not always, yeah. Because you don't always have time for things. But I'm doing some semblance of stuff. I'm gonna start documenting every single time I do something. I tend to clean my pans as soon as I'm done cooking. But I don't dry them. I leave them in the drying rack. I don't always put my dishes away in the morning because, well, usually when I wake up, I'm immediately having to leave. I work a lot on my channel. Yeah, because I want to have some form of therapy and stuff. I do a lot because I want a career build. I know my channel is mostly art, but occasionally I have cleaning on my channel. The thing is, I don't want reward for doing the bare minimum of my tasks. I just want it to be acknowledged that I'm doing enough to maintain even the slightest bit of cleanliness and doing as much as I actually can. Because I really am trying to do as much as I can. Also, my dad complained about rags. I don't use period rags. I don't use tampons. I don't use pads. Everything I use is flushable down the toilet and or washable in the sink. So I don't know who's been using those items, but it has not been me. Also, I buy the toilet paper for the house. I even reorganized the entire cabinet in the bathroom to make sure my uncle would have a drawer or a section for his stuff. I do need to reorganize it again though, because all of my stuff is currently in a little bit of a messy way. And it's kind of becoming a little bit annoying to go through it. So I'm gonna put an organizer in there for myself. Because it's becoming a bit of a nuisance to deal with. This section is almost, it's basically just like a full section I did. Oh, nice. I finally see myself making some progress. Sometimes I don't go into detail how like emotionally toxic my family members can be sometimes. Because it can get real bad sometimes. My aunt literally said, I don't want to live anymore. And I'm just like, don't. Mainly because I was angry at her. I normally wouldn't, but I don't take it very kindly to get yelled at, you know? Because she tried to make it seem like it was my fault. Don't do it. You didn't have to. It's like nobody knows how to have a fucking conversation. They only know how to yell, yell, yell. That doesn't solve anything. It just makes life worse for everyone. Like when my dad called my room messy, then I proceed to show him organized containers on shelves that I have put in a specific order within reason and explained it. He's like, then get rid of some stuff. Like, I need it though. Like, I can throw out some of the papers, I guess. I mean, I usually do. to do it. Just wish I lived in my own space. But I also know that where the fuck would I go? I make like 300 a week, if that. The only time storage units are ever open are when I'm working. There is no options other than leaving, but even that isn't really an option. Because where the fuck would I go? Thing is, he kept bringing up how I said I'm not gonna do certain things like clean up after a dog or after my uncle, like they were my problem in the first place. I told my dad not to get a dog if he did not want to take care of it or have the responsibility of a dog. I never wanted her in the first place, and I let him know that from the beginning because I do not like dogs. I never have. I don't hate them, don't get me wrong. I just never wanted to own one because they're gross, they're messy, they need constant attention that I do not want to give. Dogs stress me out. I don't see why a person would have an animal if they chose to not take care of it. thing is, I was very upfront with my dad, even when I was a little kid, because we've had this dog in our lives since elementary school. And I said, even before he got the dog, that I did not want her, and I wanted nothing to do with her. I did not like her, which is ironic because I gave her her name. And I named her because I was asked to. I'd never felt connection with that dog. I said hi to her, sure. Oh, cool. Like, oh, cool. But I never actively sought her out. I never actively wanted to walk her. I never wanted to be a part of her life. That's exactly the same reason why I would never have a pet in general. I do not want to take care of a pet. I hardly want to take care of myself. But I guess that's what they don't really tell you about depression. Is you tend to get it if you face any other mentally difficulties. Depression happens if you struggle at all with anything. You fall into a state of nothingness. And then nothing brings you joy anymore. That's why I'm very big on therapy. And that's why I do art and stuff. Is because it makes me feel something. It makes me feel proud of something. Like I've accomplished something. Because I've barely done anything in my life other than just make it through. I can smile without feeling happy. I can laugh without feeling joy. And it gets worse when I'm around other people. I know some people would be like, oh my god, wouldn't it get better? You're around people that might bring you more joy. And I'm like, no, they stress me out. Which is not necessarily their faults. I shouldn't get stressed out by having friends. I shouldn't get stressed out by having anything done. I don't like it when people do things for me and then yell at me for it. Why did you do it then? Don't do it for me. Ask me politely or text me about it. And I'll answer back and get it done. Like, my bad. Did not realize that there was still some crumbs left. Oh my goodness. Yeah, sometimes I can't see all the things. I don't wear my glasses at home. I physically can't see more than 2 feet in front of me. And I think my eyesight's getting worse. because even my glasses on their stronger prescription ones, my eyesight still feels blurry. My weaker ones, they still feel blurry. Things still feel like they're too far away. But maybe I'm just overly stressed. I can organize anything in a way that fits in a way that I would notice or remember about. I do struggle mentally. My coworkers are more understanding. I'm so glad my coworkers are the people that they are. Yeah, they have their own faults, but that's not their fault. We all have something we struggle with. And I don't blame them for it, but I will point it out because everything still needs to get done, and everything has a system and a way. I finally have a week though. Something I don't like to watch though is recaps in stories because I don't like rewatching things that I've already learned. Like I understand they're for people who do like to do that, but I prefer to skip them altogether. Mainly because I'm the type of person to binge watch. Something I never took was my SATs. I never um I never wanted to take time out of my classes to do the SATs. I wanted to do my classes. If they wanted me to do the SATs, they should have planned some time that wouldn't interrupt classes for it. Like before school starts or after school. being hours on end. A lot of people don't believe that me and my manager are the same age, and I find that really funny. Technically, she is about almost a year older than me, but we graduated from the same grade at the same year. So, I'm sure it is very cheap. The worst thing is sometimes when someone complains about something, it's the day after I already cleaned it. It's been a while since the bathroom got clean. I'm like, but I just cleaned it yesterday. What did I miss? And I will admit, I do miss the trash a lot. It happens. Which reminds me, I have to throw out one of the bottles from in the shower. I used the rest of my face wash. Thing is, I don't know how the trash keeps filling up with tissues. I swear I don't throw things in that trash can that often. Who is putting tissues in the trash can? I still don't know who my dad was talking about when it came down to like pads and stuff. Because whose period products are in the trash can? Because I do not use period products. Not the ones he's thinking of. At least I don't use pads and I don't use tampons. I use a menstrual cup. Because one, it's easy to use, and two, it lasts for 3 years. I'd rather spend $30 for like one thing that can work for 3 years than spend $20 every month. I stopped using tampons a long time ago. Mainly because I didn't like how much waste it was. But I also use period panties. I use anything except tampons. I use things I can reuse. So I don't know who's putting tissues in the trash can, but it's definitely not me. But whoever's blaming it on me is definitely trying to get out of doing any form of work. Oh shit. Whoops. Well, anyway, peace, love, have a good day, my fab ones, and I'll see you on the next video. Goodbye.